Hello everyone, welcome for another video. This is Yuan. Welcome to Kinmen. I have been invited here for the weekend by the Kinmen County government to come and experience the culture of Kinmen. This is actually a special period of time in Kinmen. It's called Yuan Bin. It's a special time that comes just before the Moon Festival. It's very nice to be walking in those super ancient traditional places of Kinmen wearing the cloth. It really feels like I'm back, 300, 400 years ago. I think let's go ahead and see what Kinmen has to offer. Hello everyone, welcome to my house. Let me give you the tour. Here we are in a very traditional house of Kinmen. So here is the dining hall where we have all the parties, all the fun. We have KTV sometimes. We still have this kind of furniture, which looks like a normal regular furniture, but is actually a safety box. Here we have a secret compartment where we can put our treasures. So in case some thieves were coming, our goods were safe. I hope. This is traditional toilets from second floor. So whatever business you have to do from second floor, hop, straight to the outside in the street. This kind of house, of course, belonged to the very rich people of Kinmen back in the times. This is one of the few that is fully or almost fully renovated, where people can come inside, discover how houses were in the old times. Wow! Already exploring the ruins of Kinmen. My apologies, I need to wear sunglasses, but this is how it is in super hot, super sunny Kinmen. We are here in Chamemologe, maybe one of the most special places because it's a lot of beautiful ruins of very old houses. There's a lot of Instagrammer people coming here to take beautiful photos, and I think it's got a very nice feeling. It's actually one of my favorite things in Kinmen, that when you walk in the city, I think no matter where you are really, you always find some really beautiful buildings, architecture, things like this. It's like perfect for photography, for Instagram, very nice. And you might know by now, but behind me is the wind lion god, very famous, and you can find them all across Kinmen. Statues that basically kind of protect people from the wind, because the wind in Kinmen is very strong, and in the old times it was like really something tough to live in, and they are, the protectors against the wind. And we just arrived at a must-see place of Kinmen. It is called Shanho Minsu Wenhuatsun, a super traditional, cute, old-style village of Kinmen with a lot of tiny streets. They also have a lot of shops and items you can buy, souvenirs. Let's go take a look. Can I ask you why you are in Kinmen? What you like about it?
English teachers.
Okay.
So we'll be here for about a year. It's a beautiful place and all the locals are very nice. Everyone's been very friendly, very welcoming.
It's very cute. Slower way of life. It's not as busy and chaotic, which is nice.
Okay.
Yeah. More personable here. People really slow down to get to know you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So this village is made of a total of 18 houses. I think it belonged to the same family, the same big family that's called Wang. Very nice to discover this part of Kinmen. And this stone is actually quite important here in this village, even though nowadays you might not really realize, but they believed it looks like a dragon head and it's pointed towards the ocean that way. So I think that's one of the reasons why they decided to set up the village here. And here we have the air defense shelter from the times where Kinmen had a lot of bombing attacks. Let me go take a quick look. We have to be silent. The enemy is nearby. Did you hear? I heard something. Okay, so here we are in the tunnels of Kinmen. Actually, there's a lot of tunnels like this in Kinmen, and it's one of the things I really like to explore here because it's just so different from anything else I know and I visit in the rest of Taiwan. Strong history, strong culture. There's a lot of tunnels like this from the army, where they stationed a lot of vehicles, guns, soldiers, and nowadays it's public, so people can go in and visit. You can walk quite a few minutes in the tunnel, lots of different directions. This is the ammunition room. Some of them are incredibly big. I think these are the ones that can be shot from the cannon outside. It's a good thing I brought my helmet. I feel much safer here. You know, it's actually my 4th time in Kinmen. It's incredible. I didn't realize until today. And we are now in the Jincheng part of Kinmen, and this street behind me is called Mofan Street. It's a quite famous street here because it has a lot of traditional stores, very nice atmosphere, very nice style. And we just had a very nice dohua waiting for the next adventure. This Bozhuang Yuanbing is very big tradition in Kinmen. In the old times, based on your number of dices, you would win some types of mooncakes. Nowadays, you have new prizes, cool things that you can bring home. This game is actually 400 years old. It's from the time Jang Tower was in Kinmen. Apparently, it's around this time during the Moon Festival that this game is especially popular here. And we just arrived at this part of Kinmen right in time because now we are walking towards Jiangongyu Islet. It's a very small island which is only accessible twice a day during the low tide. So at this moment we can walk in this area, but during high tide it's completely covered with water. I really like these sculptures over here because from far away you can always see where the water is, how much water there is. Always amazing to be at the seaside. Very nice. Behind me is the statue of Zhengchenggong Koxinga, and I'm not sure what's the symbol because it's facing Xiao Jinmen and China. So I don't know if it's a fighting stance or just contemplating, but I really like this kind of big statues in islands. Reminds me a little bit of the one in Mazu. And the trip in Kinmen is not complete until you go and visit the Jang Tower. It's a quite big and famous tower that was actually built not so long ago in 1952, I think. So this building was built to commemorate the people who died during the Battle of Kinmen. Nowadays, the inside of it looks a little bit like a museum. On the walls you have a lot of information about all the history of Kinmen, some battles, and of course when you get out from the 2nd floor or 3rd floor you have a really nice view. Actually we can see Xiaojinmen, Xiamen, and the bridge going from Kinmen to Xiaojinmen. After a long day under the sun of Kinmen, finally the sun is setting. It's very nice colors right now. And it's time for us to have dinner, and then we are slowly gonna go back to the hotel. Working in Kinmen in the evening is a completely different atmosphere from the daytime. In the day it's hot, it's bright, it's sunny, but in the evening it's pretty cool, a little more windy, and we can see more like all sorts of lights, beautiful colors. Maybe it feels a little bit more traditional to see it in the evening. Wow, amazing atmosphere right here. I really like the style. Sitting outside, enjoying the evening. Very, very nice atmosphere. I did not expect to see this from Kinmen tonight. As the weather is really nice, we decided to go on a little extra car ride all the way to Xiaojinmen. So we took the long bridge, which is actually 4.4 kilometers. I think it's one of the longest type of bridge like this in the world. And we arrived in Xiaojinmen, and now we are looking at the other side. So this is China. It's super close. I think it's less than 2 kilometers. Xiaojinmen at night is very quiet, not so much happening. Xiamen looks like a big, prosperous city. Very interesting contrast. Okay, good morning Kinmen. Welcome for day 2 of this adventure. So our first visit for today is gonna be about gaoliang. We're gonna go in a gaoliang cellar, see how they do gaoliang, see how they prepare, and I heard I might have to try as well, which I'm a little worried about. It's only 10 a.m. now. Okay, so we just got the kind of kit to get in the distillery, such as the cute little gaoliang glass I have now on my neck. So let's go in and take a look. So right now we are inside the mountain. Maybe this place was for the army before, but now this is the distillery. And the quantity of pieces of metal that contain the gaoliang is just huge. You could get lost in here. So they really like to use whatever they have available to put these distilleries. In this case it's a cave, and they just put all the gaoliang in the cave, and that's where they just produce it. The smell is okay. You would think it's like okay, not too strong, but the taste, I just had a tiny drop and it's like so strong. Wow. Okay, so we just got out of the distillery here behind me. It is very impressive that in this cave they are able to store so many cylinders. Each cylinder contains thousands of liters of gaoliang. So inside of this, it's literally a treasure worth billions of Taiwan dollars, I believe. We got to try 3 types of Gaoliang. The first one was only a few weeks old. The second one was 2 years, and the last one was 5 years. And I can say that the second and third one were extremely strong for me. I'm not used to drinking strong alcohol like this, so for me it's like, wow, just a drop was very, very strong. But they say that this Gaoliang, Kinmen Gaoliang, does not give a headache the next day. I don't know if you guys have some experience, you can confirm or not in the comments. Okay, we just arrived at what is behind me, the Chanjinglan Western House. This house is having a Western look, was built by overseas Chinese 100 years ago. And it's supposed to look like Western architecture from back then. Very fancy, and it has an amazing view on the other side. That beach over there is a very nice beach. Wow, so along these 2 days of visiting Kinmen, I feel like Kinmen is a very interesting island in Taiwan because it has so much culture. It has Chinese influence, it has Western influence. A lot of things have happened in the last 100 years. If you like culture, if you like to learn about history of Taiwan, history of Kinmen, this is a great place to visit. Just as we were visiting the building here, our guide was explaining that a lot of materials from this building were not from Kinmen, but taken from various places in the world. Some things were taken from Holland, some things were taken from China. So back then you needed to be really rich in order to build this kind of fancy building. And before we head out to the airport, I'm having a last little walk around Mofan Street, trying to get some souvenirs. And of course I found my favorite stuff from Kinmen. The first one is Huashangsu, super nice, and also some nougat tang. Very, very nice. I think this is the end of our weekend trip in Kinmen. It went really fast, that was very nice. I hope you guys could see a good preview of Kinmen from the couple of places we visited. I hope you have time yourself to go and check it out. For me, it's time to go back to Taipei, go back to my normal life. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!